What would you like your 2023 to look like? January, February, March, there is no way you can accomplish them with the same habits. Because you may not know what's going to happen in 6 months, or the best you can do is plan for these next 3. It's 90 days. Hello everyone, what's good? It is I, Trinity Jackson, and today we're going to be talking about some things you can do to help prepare for the first quarter of 2023, setting yourself up for success and putting yourself in position to not only create but achieve your goals while also creating new healthy habits as well. So let's get into it. First things first, everything that I will be mentioning here today is what works for me. I've found different ways to help myself focus on certain things, and these are things that I've consistently seen success in that helps me feel like I'm making progress towards the things I want to do. And if you don't want to do it, you don't got to do it, but I'm going to let y'all know and you can decide from there. Don't say I didn't try to put you on. Secondly, the reason this is focused on the first quarter of the year is because there are things that are going to happen in 6 months that you could never prepare for, that you were never expecting. In my experience, short time periods of focused energy repeatedly eventually end up getting me where I want to go. If you're planning for 3 months at a time, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth, then every single quarter, you're going to be able to check in, make changes, and then set up for the next one. This is just for January, February, March. Mind you, most people give up on their resolutions in January. So just planning out January, February, March as detailed as possible is going to help you start to create a better lifestyle and put you in a position to be more likely to even complete what you have for the end of the year. So that's why this is a quarter one video and not a 2023 whole year. You got everything figured out. Before we get to into any actual like goal setting and planning, I'm going to show y'all 3 books that I would implore you to obtain before the year or at the beginning of the year because of the benefits they've had to me. First things first, a journal. I have started and completed 3 journals. Being able to look back on specific thoughts, specific moments, and see how far you've come. It's an amazing feeling. Documentation is so important. My journal, through the years, has always been the number one way to track my progress, my motivation, my desire, everything, because of how consistently I'm using it in the things I'm saying. I'm telling you, it gives you a place to be honest. If there is one habit that you could take into the new year, I would definitely say journaling is the number one that has helped me get a lot of mindfulness and be very clear about my intentions on a daily basis. So this specifically is a Beachmore journal. Oh my gosh. I've had journals that are flimsy. I've had journals that are short. It's kind of like Goldilocks and the 3 Bears. Like, this journal was too short, this journal was too flimsy, whatever the case may be. This one is literally just right. I'm not gonna lie to you, this one is just right, and I just love the color. Isn't that so cute? And it's made in London, so London. It's on Amazon. I'll have it linked below. Second is a gratitude journal, another simple basic journal. I got this one from Walmart, nothing too special, and it is shorter. This is simply just for gratitude and affirmations every morning. And a planner, more specifically a Panda planner. I have had other planners, the basic ones you get from Walmart, the ones that are goal setting planners. I'm big on productivity, and I know that I have to work on my productivity and I have to stay focused. If I don't know what I'm going to do for the day, nothing gets done. This planner has helped my productivity time and time again, and it's actually the only one that I will ever use until I eventually make my own. But right now, whenever I really want to get things done and I feel like I'm not having enough structure in my life and I'm not focused enough, I go get a Panda planner immediately. And this year, my goal is to actually, not my goal, but like, I look to finish this one, start to finish this year, because I always start them, but I didn't finish them, and I'll use them for like 2-3 months, but they always help. And now I just need to become a better person so I can finish this. So for 3 books, I would recommend starting the year with regular journal, gratitude journal, Panda planner, also linked on Amazon. Before you start just sitting down and writing down, okay, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, and these are my goals for the year, I very, very, very much recommend that you sit yourself down in a quiet room for 30 minutes to an hour with a piece of paper and a pen and do what I call a brain dump. Write down everything that comes to mind. No limits, no restrictions. If you're thinking about it, it's relevant, it's important. Your thoughts don't just happen for any reason. Put the phones away. What would you like your 2023 to look like? What things would you like to get done? Just in a very unstructured way. This is like the rough draft. This is not getting serious yet. We're just doing a dump. I'm going to show you what mine looks like. This is essentially what mine looked like. If I thought about it, I had to write it down. The vision does not lie. If you're seeing it in your head, then you want it. And if you want it, you can have it. You wouldn't be able to see it if it were not possible. I didn't really worry about if I was in the lines or if it looked nice. It didn't matter. The handwriting was whatever. I just had to get thoughts out of my head and onto paper for the rough draft. Then you can get to structuring it up and making it look all cute and pretty later. But let's get some things out on paper. As you're doing this, there are going to be some goals that are recurring, things that you're thinking about that are in line with other things that you wrote. See what connections you can draw between little minor goals and major goals you have so that you can find 2 or 3 major goals for the year. I have 2. Everything that I want to do somehow, some way falls into one of these 2 major goals. But I didn't write any habits down. I didn't write go to the gym consistently. I didn't write start waking up earlier, because those are lifestyle changes. And honestly, you should set goals that stretch your limits in what you think you're capable of. And if they do that, there is no way you can accomplish them with the same habits. Because if you could have got it done, you would have done it. So there has to be something you need to be doing differently. So I don't need to write the habits down. It's a given. It's going to have to happen. The only way my major goals happen is if the habits happen. One thing you can consider is a habit tracker. I've seen people put poster boards on their wall and make a box for every day and check off the days that they're doing their habits. And that's how, waking up early, reading, writing, whatever the case may be. So, and consider a habit tracker. Don't consider like setting your habits as goals. Have you ever heard that thing, the SMART goals? I don't know the whole thing. The only thing I really care about is that they're measurable. After you write these things down, go and tell no man. Figure out what you want and don't tell anybody what you're working towards. Just get there. One thing about talking too much to other people about the things that you want, they're going to be, oh, you want to do that? That's hard. Are you sure you want to do that? That's kind of hard. I know so-and-so tried that and they weren't able to get it done. Are you sure you want to do that? You can't go around telling everybody your goals and trying to get their opinions and see how they feel about it and do they think that you can do it. If you want to do it, you just have to make sure you write it down and make steps to getting it done. But once you write your goals, go and tell no man, not your mom, not your dad, not your sister. You don't want to hear anything from anybody else that may interrupt or interfere with the vision that you already have for yourself. I made that mistake a lot when I was younger and I don't make it anymore. I set goals and I don't even speak on them. Whenever they're done, I'll be more than happy to go tell you what I was writing in my journal about it. I'll be more than happy to tell you about the mistakes I made and the difficulties I had and whatever the case may be. But the last thing you need is for someone to rain on your parade and make you change what you said you want so it's more realistic or more obtainable. Don't tell anybody what your goals are. Keep them to yourself. Let's keep it pushing, okay? After you do your brain dump and you figure out, what do I really want? What would my life look like? What do you see for yourself in 2023 as clear as you can, whether you want to make a story, a poem, write it all, do like a little, one of those charts with a big circle in the middle, a brainstorm. As long as you get some things on paper to start off, that's when we're going to dial it even further and we're going to create benchmarks. This is why I love focusing on just one quarter at a time, because you're able to really sit and focus, because you may not know what's going to happen in 6 months, or the best you can do is plan for these next 3. It's 90 days. Figure out what logical steps would need to take place for me to get to the overall goal. For example, if you want to buy a house and you want to be a homeowner by the end of the year, eventually you have to get your credit checked, you have to find a lender, you have to go tour some houses, you have to get the money together, you have to da-da-da-da. You don't just pop up one day and go buy a home. Figure out what those steps are, what can be done in this first 3 months that needs to be done, period, for the overall goal to happen. One thing I realized a long time ago is that if you don't know what steps it takes to get there, there's no way for you to get there. You may not know everything, and you will cross the bridges as you get to them and figure out things on the way, but what you know already, you need to put on paper and figure out when you're going to get it done. And the last thing we're going to talk about are rewards and sacrifices. I don't believe in something for nothing. If you want these things so bad, you should be willing to make some changes and to give up something so that you can get it. It's a temporary sacrifice for a greater overall outcome. And then rewards. You should reward yourself for making progress. Don't just reward yourself because you want to. If you're making progress, you deserve to be able to kick up and be like, you know what? I earned this. The rewards that you're giving yourself shouldn't take away from what you just did all month. Ask yourself, well, what's in it for me? After you do all this and you figure out, okay, these are the habits I want. This is what I want for the end of the year. This is what I need for January. This is what I need for February. This is what I need for March. Okay, well, what's in it for me? What's in it for me in January? Well, in January, I'm going to go take myself out to this restaurant I've been looking at. And I'm going to dress myself up and get a nice little outfit. And I'm going to go out by myself and I'm just going to enjoy my own peace and quiet. That's what's in it for me for January. What's in it for me for February? Oh, well, I'll take myself on a nice little staycation and whatever the case, whatever you need, whatever you like to do, you already know what you like. This is already going to take a lot. You might as well look forward to it. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments, questions, just drop them below. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. And let's get into quarter one and stay tuned, because once this is over and we accomplish all these goals, it's going to be time to plan for quarter two. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Mwah!